Welcome to the Tweet Suite here in CommunityAmerica Ballpark. I'm Matt Fulks, along with Cubs great and local legend here in Kansas City, Bobby Dernier. And it's always fun to talk to Bobby. He's been out here for the Principal Financial Dreams Tour. He was on with Nathan a little bit ago, and you're going to be singing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," which a lot of times when we have people in here, they're getting ready to sing it for the first time. I mean, it's old school for you. You go up to Wrigley in front of 40,000 people and do it.
Yeah. The key is to not drink prior to doing it. I've heard guys that have done that, and all of a sudden the words get kind of messed up, and they call it Wrigley Stadium or something. And so I've learned part of the criteria is to make sure you have water and soft drinks. Yeah.
But Harry Caray used to allegedly would drink a little before singing it, and it worked for him, I guess.
Well, throughout the game and post game, no doubt. I was around Harry a lot during those years, but then I was around him when he quit drinking too. So I don't know. I'm not a good singer, but I'm definitely not a good singer if I've had a couple of beverages, before. So
now, speaking of Harry, and I was trying to tell the Nathan and a couple of the interns this story earlier today, because you're a part of one of the greatest stories. I wish I could find this on YouTube. You can find everything except this one call. President Ronald Reagan was talking with Harry Caray, and you can kind of take it from there.
Well, I think what happened was I came to the plate. I just happened to be the next hitter, and he basically, I think I got a hit. Something happened that good,
right.
And he basically cut Reagan off and said, excuse me, Mr. President, but Bobby Dernier just got a hit or something, whatever it was. So my name happened to get in the middle of it. But Harry had a way of just being in the moment, and I think it was just a natural move for him. He was there to broadcast the game, and just happened to be, oh, by the way, President Reagan sitting right there with you.
But it's a great piece of history that I wish I could find. I was actually watching that game that day, and it was funny to see it. And now, unfortunately, WGN's not going to be carrying it. They don't carry as many now, but in the future they're not going to be carrying them at all.
Yeah. The whole landscape there is changing. There's going to be a new outfit or a whole new act up there as far as TV and radio go. But I did learn from the guys up there in the booth a couple of weeks ago that their roles aren't going to change. They're safe, if you will, and I was happy to hear that. Casper and Deshays and Coomer and Pat and all good guys, and I'm glad to hear that.
Cool. Okay, so a couple things that I just found out about you tonight, and I don't know how many. We've done a dozen interviews over the years, and these two things I just found out tonight. You won the Gold Glove in '84, which I knew, but you were the first Cubs outfielder. Is that true?
First Cub outfielder. It blows my mind in a way because now it's 30 years ago. Number one, I can say it now and feel like I'm officially a fossil. And but with all the great players they had, Rick Monday and Andy Pafko and even Billy Williams and a number of guys that could have been easily awarded a Gold Glove. But it is a competitive award, and Wrigley Field, I think maybe those teams they built over those years, a lot of the years were more power-oriented type, not so much defensive-type teams. So although there were a lot of infielders and catchers, Hundley and Jody Davis and all those great infielders, of course, Rhino and, Beckert and Sano and Ernie and on and on.
Yeah.
But I happened to be the first outfielder, and I'm honored to be that guy, and that's something they can't take away.
Now, one other thing they can't take away, I didn't realize this tonight, your game-winning, walk-off, 3-run, inside-the-park home run.
Yeah, very odd, and strange but true. And they put a list on me. Somebody showed me, I think it was 14 or 17 guys. I noticed Willie Wilson, one of my great friends, on there, and it was I think if it was 17, I think 14 of them were all tie games. So, in other words, they walked them off with the game tied. So, 3 of them, however, were with a deficit. So, I was one of those guys, and the other 2 were both with 1-run deficits. So, they had 2-run inside the park walk-offs, and mine was a 3-run. So, I'm the only one. And unless somebody hits a grand slam inside the park walk-off piece, then the Raytown guy's going to hold on to that too.
Very nice. Now, it would seem Wrigley would not seem like a good place to hit an inside-the-park home run. I mean, was it?
I hit mine at the Vet. I was playing.
At the Vet.
I was playing for the Phillies. This is 1989, my last season. The unique thing about that also for me was that it went down when Harry Callis passed away. They did a great tribute to him, and I was up there for that. and they did an all-time Harry Kalas top 50 or top something. And anyway, that play made top 5. And, you know, there's Mike Schmidt's 500th. There's a couple World Series championship calls. So to be on that such a short list, you know, and it was really out of really true admiration for Harry Kalas, and Whitey Ashburn was in the booth as well at the time. And so I'm just honored to be, you know, kind of Johnny on the spot there. And I like to affectionately say it took a kid from, you know, from lowly Raytown to show up for the inside the park piece, Harry Kalas's, and the Gold Glove guy, outfield guy. So, yeah, all that's kind of a blessing to me.
Well, it's such a cool thing, too. I mean, as you're mentioning Harry Kalas and Harry Caray, I mean, these are two iconic broadcasters, and you happen to play in front of both of them.
That's right. You know, Harry Kalas, Harry Caray, Matt Fulks. I mean, I know the guys, okay? No doubt.
Okay, so before we let you go, you've mentioned Raytown. You're a Raytown South guy, and coming up here in a couple months, you're going in their Hall of Fame.
I am, yeah. Another great honor. I'm honored to be a part of that Raytown Schools Hall of Fame, and once I get on board, I'm gonna lead the charge to see if we can get our old friend Tom Pernice Jr. inducted. He's a Raytown guy, and if you follow golf, then you know about Tom's story and what a quality gentleman he is, and also a Raytown guy, but. I think he's been a little bit overlooked. You know, we have Tom Watson, and it can be, ask Frank, you know, when you got a guy like George Brett around, sometimes you get overlooked a little bit. But Tom Pernice Jr. has been just a wonderful golfer, both on the regular tour and on the senior tour. And he just won a few weeks ago up in Des Moines, still going strong. So I'm going to lead the charge there, but for now this year I'm going to get the nod, and along with 5 other people, and I'm looking forward to that, no doubt.
Cool. Congratulations on that. Now, one more thing is before I let you go, because we're talking about the old days, and Bill Sobey, our pitching coach, I did not realize until talking to you earlier today that he was quite the athlete growing up. Huh?
Oh, great athlete, and right there with me in high school years. He was over at Winnetonka. He was a highly honored quarterback, point guard, and catcher, and
could do it all.
Yeah, he was one of the top athletes in our little peer group in that era, mid-'70s. Bill Sobey's a legend. If you go look it up, you can find some pretty good numbers next to his name. And awards, no doubt. And
you can see some good numbers next to his name. He's Bobby Dernier. He's going to be singing "Take Me Out the Ball Game" here shortly, but it's always great to see it. I'm glad we can get you out here tonight.
You too. I'm going to have my 10-year-old granddaughter, Paige, helping me out there on the dugout. So looking forward to it.
He's Bobby Dernier. I'm Matt Fulks. We're from the Tweet Suite. Come out and see us sometime.